In this video, you're going to learn how to get rid of your anxiety, and it's not what you think. I struggle with anxiety my whole life. I am currently 33. I was 19, 18 years old in university when I first heard about the word anxiety. And it was one of the biggest light bulb moments I've ever had. Because up until then, even though I was dealing with anxiety, I didn't know what was going on. And I kind of blamed myself. I thought it was just me. I thought I was just shy, I was timid. Maybe it's a byproduct of being Chinese. I'm not as funny and loud and extroverted as my white friends. So it was when I was 18, 19, hearing about anxiety, realizing that I'm not alone. Actually, a lot of other people are dealing with anxiety. And I kind of started my mission to get rid of it. Because it was making me feel like my heart pounds. I can't go into a room without feeling like everyone's judging me. I would get sweaty. I couldn't think straight. It just didn't feel very good to deal with anxiety. And in social settings, it's even worse, right? It feels like my throat constricts. It feels like I can't just think straight, and I just can't be myself. So of course, like a lot of us here, I wanted it just to go away, leave me alone. So if you're struggling with anxiety, I get it. And for you to get rid of anxiety, you need to stop trying to get rid of it. It's not an enemy, and we actually need this emotion. And I didn't know any better. By making it my enemy, by making it something that I need to get rid of, I was actually strengthening it rather than overcoming it, rather than changing my relationship with my anxious feelings, my anxious thoughts, my anxious manifestations in the body. So we don't want to get rid of this emotion. I think about emotions as signals, messengers, and we've evolved it for a reason, right? It's what got our ancestors to survive so we could be alive today. Instead, we want to develop our ability to handle anxiety and even to reframe it. I tell my students this all the time. Anxiety, excitement, they live on the same spectrum. And anxious feelings can become excited feelings very quickly if you know how to manage it, if you know how to understand it, you know how to regulate it. So what's helped me is actually stop feeding my anxiety. And it's not about avoiding anxiety-provoking situations. Maybe like me, social settings. I had a lot of anxiety around exams, tests. So whatever you are anxious about, it's not for you to stop doing it, to just get rid of it, but it's about how can I work with my nervous system? How can I have anxiety relieving tools for me to go through it? And every time we go through an anxious, provoking situation, we come out the other side more resilient. And we give ourselves this experience of, I can handle this. I do got this. And a daily practice that has helped me so much over these last 10 years, when I first heard about the word anxiety, is practicing mindfulness. You can practice mindfulness in a seated meditation. Of course, anything new, it's going to be hard, it's going to feel frustrating, and you might doubt yourself. So have a teacher, right? Practice guided meditations and just couple minutes a day and stick with it and see what happens in a couple of weeks. See what's different in a couple of months and see what happens in a couple of years even. And that's why I teach all my students how to practice, because it's given me so much calm and peace, and it's given my students so much calm and peace. One thing that helps is just helping you become more aware, observant of these anxious thoughts, feelings, body sensations, and not to judge them, just simply observing. It's a very natural way for us to become present, tap into our calming nervous system, and for us to recognize that these anxious thoughts, these anxious feelings, they're not bad. And we don't have to add to them either. And another thing that's really helpful if you're dealing with anxiety is practicing mindfulness so you can become aware whenever you start to catastrophize, right? Expect the worst case scenario. Even a couple of minutes catastrophizing, it creates this negative feedback loop, right? It makes you feel more anxious. It makes you not want to face your challenge, right? Face anxiety-provoking things so that we stay stuck. We reinforce the anxiety. We reinforce the non-action. And if I can offer you one more helpful piece of advice, it's to stop using unhealthy coping mechanisms. Maybe that's scrolling on social media. Maybe that's avoiding anxious, provoking situations. Maybe it's through food. Like whatever it is, it might not be actually creating an optimal nervous system for us to actually face our anxiety, for us to build our resilience, for us to build those experiences that I do got this, right? Even though I felt anxious, which then became excitement, I came out the other side, I got this. So instead, right, find emotional regulation tools, nervous system calming tools, and for you to use as you face anxious, provoking challenges. You got this. I believe in you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for learning with me. And like always, I'm so proud of you. And keep going.